What's up, YouTube?
Hey
guys.
We are Geekologist Radio, at least 3 of us at the moment. And you're watching the live, what you can see when we talk and we say, the references, and now you can see us. So
yeah,
I'm Damien.
Yay.
That's Jeff. That would be Silver. I'm pointing all around. I don't know if you're seeing where I'm pointing at the right people. But we're going to get started into our next episode, which is episode number 56 of Game On.
Yeah, you guys are going to get a back view of how these things go. It's going to be nice.
All right. So, you guys all ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right.
My mom is asking for a link. 1 second.
Oh.
Okay, we're good.
All righty. Welcome, and you're listening to Geekologist Radio, division of the Ninja Pancake family of podcasts.
Music time.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's Damien, and welcome to Geekologist Radio, where we take you into our gaming systems and ride that hype train into the future. Let's introduce our crew for tonight's cast. First up, we have Silver.
Howdy, howdy.
Next up, we have Jeff. What's going on, man?
Hey, let's do this. We got games to talk about, and it's going to be awesome. And we have other things to talk about that are also games. There are a lot of games.
All the games? Lots
Most
of
the games.
Do you want to play a game?
Oh, no, we don't want to play a game. We don't want to play a game. No.
Never mind then.
That's scary.
Oh, well, we tried to play a game earlier, and you didn't want to play.
We did try to play a game. Yeah, you shunned us. Shun the non-believer. Shun the non-believer.
It was dinner time.
Okay, all right. You
eat and play.
You can give it back. True, you can.
Yeah, but I can't cook and play, so
Okay, whatever.
I'm not that good of a wife yet.
So, no error emissions, guys. Yes, no errors. Actually, crap. There was an error. I said that Ark was coming out on the 6th. But that's not. I'm still not because originally the date was the 6th. The developer changed it to the 19th.
29th.
29th? Ah.
Okay, so August is like extremely back heavy with like so many good things that are coming out. I'm kind of excited about what is going to be showing.
So let's just get on into a Game On. Silver, you got to talk to us about Kingdom Hearts, the final mix.
Yeah, I know I mentioned last week that I've been playing the original one again. That's really all I'm still playing right now. Although I'm at the end of the world, right before the final boss. But honestly, I've spent the last few days, I probably put maybe like 12 hours just finding the rest of the Dalmatian puppies. I've spent the last 2 days trying to beat Hades, and he's pissing me off in the Colosseum. Just kind of horsing around, leveling up, all that fun stuff. What's up?
I think that's Hades' job is to piss people off. I mean, look,
James Woods is
Lord of
good at
hell.
pissing people off, right?
Very true. He is.
I made it through the first 30 ranks, and then I've spent the last 2 days trying to get just through rank 20, and I'm like at my wit's end with it. So I took a break for a bit to play Ark.
Nice.
And shun you guys.
Yeah, and back with what you said, Jeff. Yeah, James Woods pisses off anybody. He even pissed off Dolly Parton in 9 to 5. Yeah, I actually saw that movie.
That's
Not to mention everything James Woods has done to Peter Griffin. Bastard.
And next, Jeff, tell us about Shantae. Am I saying is it Shantae or Shantae?
Yes, Shantae.
Shantae, the half genie hero.
Shantae, the half genie hero. Now, this is a fun game. Now, this game, Shantae has been around for a while. It was first on the Game Boy Color, and I didn't know that until I started looking into it more. But they've had a resurgence. They actually had a Kickstarter, the Way Forward, who has been behind the remastered DuckTales, some Adventure Time games, and Contra 4. They wanted to bring Shantae back and bring it back in a big way. and they put it up on Kickstarter, and they were funded for $776,000 to make this game.
Nice.
So it's a Metroidvania type game. You play as Shantae. She is, of course, a half genie, half human, and she defends her town. Basically, she gets fired like right away because there's an attack. There's a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor in this, and it's actually really good at making fun of itself as well. Damien?
So instead of having unlimited cosmic powers, she has semi-cosmic powers?
Yes, exactly. Okay. She has like a galaxy's worth of power.
Okay. Instead of a universe.
Yeah. But so I've only played probably about an hour and a half of this game, but you get like, it has that Metroid, or not Metroid, but the Castlevania feel, like when you're playing, is it Symphony of the Night? Is that the one?
Where you the Symphony of the Night's the one where you can play multiplayer and speedrun kind of stuff through it? Is it like that?
Well, when you're playing Alucard, you have transformations. You can turn into a wolf, you can turn into mist and all of that stuff. You can transform in this as well. You can turn into a monkey, you can turn into a crab, and they all have different abilities. It's really fun. It has just a lot of that classic feel to it. If you like this genre of game, you will definitely like this game. And it's cute, it's chibi, it has like the same kind of graphics. I feel like the same artist that did like the Capcom or Mega Man games did the characters for this game, so it has that same type of feel.
So would you say that this game is similar, because you start talking about crabs and stuff like that, I'm trying to think what games would have had something like that, and then I start thinking of, it's not Finding Nemo, but Little Nemo.
Little Nemo?
Sounds familiar.
Little Nemo, like Nintendo. Oh my God!
I didn't play it.
No. Oh my God! You're making me. Oh, I'm old. I realize. Okay. I realize that I'm the oldest one on the cast here right now. So.
You say they're cute. You say that it's got a cute little chibi style. I'm sorry, but no chibi style game will ever be as adorable, style-wise, as Persona Q. God, yeah. Jeff knows me so well.
You have been ranting and raving about Persona Q.
No, Persona Q 2.
Yeah, 2, yeah.
Specifics here.
But honestly, I suggest anybody to really pick this up. I got it on sale. I think it's usually $20. I got it on sale for $13.50.
Nice.
And there's 2 on the Xbox One that you can play. The one that came out before it, I can't remember. It's Shantae and the Pirate's Curse or something like that. And it's more of a 16-bit type game, while this one is like full HD graphics. And the animations are hilarious. Like, it's cute. She dances like whenever, like her idle animation, like matches up with the music in the background. So she's like a metronome kind of, and just like dancing to every type of music that's playing.
That's cool.
Boss battles are intuitive. They don't feel the same anytime. Like, you go up against a mermaid, and for you to fight the mermaid queen, you have to first get to 6 different locks and hit them and break them to release her, and then you find out that she still wants to fight you even though you're trying to free her. And so it's really interesting.
And I'm guessing that's when you play as a crab.
No.
What?
You don't get the crab until after that. It all takes place on land.
Okay.
It all takes place on land.
I'm looking at it now, and it does look pretty adorable.
Yes.
Is this a multiplayer title, or is it a
single player?
Okay.
Yeah.
If you had to give this a rating, what would you give it?
Right now, how it's making me feel, like I would give this a 9, and I'm sure that it's even stronger. They're coming out with DLC for it, and there's also 3 different game types that you can do. You can do the original right away, and then you can play as Risky Boots, who is like one of the antagonists of it. But they've also partnered up in the past and stuff. So you can play a storyline of hers, and then there's a second one plus a hardcore mode. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do.
A lot of replay value.
Yes, exactly. It's a lot of bang for its buck, and you will have a lot of fun playing it.
I just like that name, Risky Boots. That is adorable.
I was just thinking, like, it makes me think of a cat.
Yeah, like I want to name like an animal that.
Shantae is probably like one of the cutest protagonists I've ever played, and she's just so funny. Like, just listening to her, and she has a catchphrase that I don't get. It's just "ret to go," which basically just means I'm ready to go. And that's the first achievement that you'll get every time. It's like the first time that you move, and it's "ret to go." Yeah.
So going from the cute to the poop. Yeah. Silver.
That has just been your topic all day today, man.
I saw an opportunity to toss it in there, but I mean, in this game,
what is it with him and tossing poop?
I know, he just likes to flick shit.
Find some hobbies, man.
So Silver, what are we talking about?
I actually got a meeting with the team behind Ark, at PAX West. Set up. So I finally dove into the game. I hate early access games, so I've been holding out, but I finally got into it today. And if the whole point of the game is dying and losing all of your crap every 5 minutes, I'm really good at it.
Now this is coming. So I'm a veteran of the game. I've played it in early access. I'm not trying, and I will say that it's been difficult a little bit coming back to the game and seeing that, your server that you used to own basically is now populated by these other people who think that they're the Billy Badasses of the world. But the game has evolved. Survival evolved. The game has evolved quite a bit since I played. I haven't played in about 6 months, and I can say that it does feel finished now. Because I started out. I would compare the start of this game to what it feels like now. I started out when I played this, it felt like EverQuest, like the original EverQuest when it launched. When you died, you were breaking keyboards, you were, whatever. It sucked. You lost days and hours of work. The game, believe it or not, is a lot more forgiving now. You die, it shows you on the map kind of where you have an X amount of time to get to it. When you get within range, you see a bright green beacon going down onto your body. Now, if you don't have any gear to be able to get your body out of it, usually if you die for a good reason. You die to a big dino or something like that. You might have a little harder time getting your gear. Yeah, we were happen to be in party when we're talking about Ark and stuff like that, and so we were
as I was gored to death by a triceratops.
Sarah has grown up to be quite the cranky dino from Littlefoot, or from The Land Before Time. She's not very nice anymore.
In her defense, I did hit her in the side with a spear, so.
Well, you're supposed to go up and you're supposed to pet her and offer her a tree star.
Yeah,
it's tree star.
Yeah.
You give her a tree star, and then she'll like you. But she actually, instead of tree stars, she's grown accustomed. She's kind of a wino. She likes majo berries.
That is a wonderful tip. Thank you.
Yeah. The game. So I played this game with my brother for a year and a half, and the thing about it is they've come so far, because before you literally basically had to live in the game. You had to feed your animals. You had to make sure you logged in so that your stuff wasn't available. If you go on vacation, you had to have people log in to make sure you kept your food up and on your animals. You really had to team up and plan around this game or live basically in the world. Like I mean, this game would have been great as a VR because you basically are living it out.
Ready
Now,
Player One.
yeah, but the gameplay now it's pretty. It feels complete. They've really done a lot with the HUD system. The amount of stuff that you have that you can utilize. Now, when the game launches, it's coming out with the long-awaited tech tree. But what a lot of people have, like, that are excited for the game now making its full launch, a lot of people forgot that this game was supposed to have a story mode, because you start off, your character starts off and he's got this like diamond in his arm. I bet you Silver, we're trying to figure out what that was.
You know, I looked at it and I was like, eh. And then Patrick walked through the room and he's like, if you're surrounded by dinosaurs, what the hell is that in your arm? I was like, I don't know. And I just kept playing.
So this game, what's supposed to be is, if you see the movie Predators, the Predators drop you on a planet, another alien life on the planet to hunt. In a kind of a similar idea, the things that you see these alien architecture and stuff within the world that you inhabit. You've been dropped in to survive with dinosaurs and other mythical beings and stuff that are in the game.
I was wondering about the dragons. Thank you for...
Yeah, and so that piece that's in your arm originally was supposed to be, it would change color based on different elements that you would grow accustomed to be able to bring in magical abilities. But it also was to identify you as well, because you were dropped in, and there's aliens who basically are, you find story, like in the game, you find stories, you'll find little things here when you're going and delving into certain areas that will tell a little bit of the Ark and a little bit of the aliens that are bringing all the things to the Ark. We were supposed to see that, but at launch so far, we have seen nothing to do with these aliens. That is one of the things that I'm curious about, because the storyline, the back, there's still little hints of it there, but the game's launching. They're going to give you the tech wing, you're getting all the tech stuff, who basically makes your guy, turns him into a Spartan from Halo. But the explanation behind us getting that technology hasn't fully come to fruition.
Earlier, I was reading about the 1.0 update, the full game that's coming out on the 29th, and it did say that it is adding the story. Talked about, like, oh, you'll be able to reach the end of the story and find out what's going on, blah, blah, blah. So they are adding some form of a campaign, and that's one thing that really excited me.
Yeah, I mean, the gameplay... They have a lot of different things. They're also, with the launch of it, they are adding in rentable servers, so you can rent a server and make custom rules. So you're going to start to see communities build up out of this game that for the console that have been mostly stored to just the PC side. One other cool thing is, if you own this on Xbox, you come launch day, you now own it on PC. Because it's a play anywhere title. So I know myself, I will mostly probably be playing Ark on PC, because I've been waiting to play some of those modded servers that aren't available yet on Xbox. I do think though, when the Scorpio launches, Xbox X, and we get the 4K update, I think they might start seeing some more of those mods coming our way.
Probably, but you have to play with me, so I stop dying and figure out what the hell's going on.
Oh yeah, I'll be on Xbox. I mean, I prefer a controller anyway.
I'm not going to spend $60 on this game.
Yeah,
myself. I'm sorry.
No, it's a hard, like when I bought it, I got it for 30. And it's, the other thing is that Ark needs to really. They're going to have to really mind their P's and Q's, because they're coming in on, Conan Exiles is coming out for early access. And with the 28 updates that Conan Exiles has put out, the game is starting to feel a lot like Skyrim.
Wangbar.
And that's huge.
Wangbar.
But so so after we'll have obviously a lot more to talk about with Ark after PAX, after you get a chance to do the interview them and know the ins and outs of everything.
I'm pretty excited to meet the team.
So I at PAX last year, you couldn't get around the show floor without seeing Ark, because they had a full-size dragon and a full-size T-Rex that you could go and get pictures taken on.
I'm so excited about the T-Rex.
That's a nickname for you, isn't it?
Yep. That's what they call me at work, because my name is it's long and it's quick and easy to say.
Nice.
So, yeah, it started with one of the bartenders, and everybody picked it up.
At least
so for 3 years now.
I have small arms, or like short arms. That's a good reason. No, I said at least it's not because of that.
Well, you know what? I can't say anything now, since at least at PAX I will be stuck in my wheelchair, so I will definitely be shorter than usual.
It's okay. We'll get you racing stripes.
Yes.
It makes you go faster, right?
Yeah, that's how it works with my truck.
So. Cards in the spokes, so it sounds like she's.
Oh my God. I'll be like, sorry, Ty, I had to use a few of my business cards to make me sound awesome. He'll understand.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It's gonna work. I have faith.
Yes. Oh, now I'm excited.
Yeah. I better get like a video of that happening.
Yes. I'm trying to get one of my dad's GoPros.
Nice.
He has like 4. I'm like, I can
yeah, at least
my sister just said to get turbo boosters. That sounds awesome.
That would be awesome. Would
not have to deal with crowds.
Rockets.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to deal with crowds. Just plow right through. Oh my God, I know what I'm doing for Black Friday.
So going on to the next game that I've been playing, and I love Marvel Heroes Omega. It's a free-to-play title, but I have spent some money on it. So if you spend some money on it, you get set up as a VIP, and the VIP rewards for this is you get 5 of the shards that allow you to buy other characters in game. Each day you log in. So even if you're not going to play the game, you log in, you get 5 shards given to you. You play the game for a while, you'll get way more than that anyway. But if you were say you logged in every day, you didn't play the game, you would wind up with 150 shards. You could buy a costume with that, something like that, for one of your given characters. What the other cool thing about the VIP reward system is that it gave us 10 extra slots, which typically 5 slots in your bank would be 100 of the G points, which I forget what that equates out to money wise. But they gave us Nightcrawler. The VIPs got Nightcrawler as a character, and I love Nightcrawler. And one of the other cool factors about this is anytime a new character is added or a new film or something's being done, they add in new verbiage to the characters so that when they interact, they'll start commenting about something, that if there's a movie coming out or if there's something they want coming out, they talk about. They also are really they're really pushing Captain Marvel. They have a Captain Marvel colored box, and it gives you like the different characters. Like they have a female they have the female Thor that you can get out of that box. A lot of different variations on characters, and it's really cool. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I absolutely loved Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. So for me, this just
1 was better.
I like 2 because it went along the Civil War storyline. I liked that.
I remember Ultimate Alliance playing it on 360, and the Mandarin is just like moving around, and then he goes to touch his face, or he's just like moving, and it's so pixelated that his sleeves, his long ass sleeves, are just like poking him in the eyes and all that. I'm just like, wow, that's bad. But it was a really fun game.
Okay, in the first one, you remember like how hard it was to get Blade, and you got him out of a freaking. You had to go through the carnival, and you got him out of a toy machine, a giant toy machine. Then that pops Blade.
Oh yeah.
See, my favorite one was Moon Knight to play.
Really?
Ultimate Alliance. Yeah, like Moon Knight was a blast.
Now, see, Moon
That
Knight
would be
is
great to bring into Deadpool. By the way, is like if they brought Moon Knight into Deadpool because he's just as nuts as Deadpool and Cable. So,
and Moon Knight is he's one of the actual cheaper of the heroes to pick up in Omega.
Maybe I should start playing that.
Yes, because you get I think you get 200, you get like 150 points right off the bat, and so like it wouldn't take you very much game time to be able to unlock that character.
Sweet.
Is it a mobile game?
Yeah, it's okay. So it started out, I believe it started out mobile, or it was on computer, PC, I think mobile, and then they ported it over to console, and it plays really well on console. I have Spider-Man. I will admit that I bought the pack, and then I wound up getting a really cool Spider. Like I got one of the rare. There's the two most sought after Spider-Man skins right now are the Iron Spider and Spider-Gwen.
Yeah,
and I got Iron Spider, so I've been running around as that. And what these some of the costumes are called enhanced, which means they have different audio and stuff like that. So mine is the enhanced Spider-Man audio because he's running around, and he's talking about Tony Stark and all that stuff, and he actually references a lot of stuff to Civil War.
That's cool.
Like he references like taking Tony Stark's place, which I thought was interesting.
Nice. Maybe we'll jump on together at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome.
But I'm gonna tell you this: I don't want to be rammed through. You're gonna have to play with me.
No. The characters, the levels, it kind of
ESO style.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
there we go.
And then the next, or I could just play one of my characters I haven't played up, like because I have War Machine and I haven't leveled him at all.
Okay.
The next up was Titanfall 2. I've been hopping onto that, playing it. Had a little bit of network issues, but my son has been playing a lot, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hop in, get back into that. The new DLC included a horde mode, and it is awesome. Like, if you don't want to go in, if you just want to play with your buddies, and you don't want to go against other players, it is so cool, and it's so well done. You know, props to Respawn on this. You know, it's a long time coming for this mode, but the fact that it's out now, it's really a good time for it because people are waiting for the new Call of Duty. They're waiting for different games, and right now, there's no time like the present to hop into Titanfall 2 and play any variation of the game modes they have out there. The game has really, really polished itself up to be a spectacular experience.
It is great. We should play that one sometime too.
Yes, and Fouts has this. Like a lot of us have this game.
That's one of the ones I picked up when I went and bought Stardew Valley. So like I was telling you about a month or two ago, a couple months ago, went back and bought a couple games. That was one of them, and because I enjoyed the first one, but 2 is just great. I love it.
Now, is there any titles that you guys are planning on playing next week?
I am almost done with Kingdom Hearts, the first one. I'm debating if I want to replay Chain of Memories or if I would just want to jump into Kingdom Hearts 2. Because I played Chain of Memories like when it came out on the Game Boy Advance years and years ago. I still have it for the Game Boy. But Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite out of the entire series, so I'm debating. I'll definitely be playing one of them. And that and Ark. I think that's about all I'm going to do next week.
Definitely we'll be jumping into some Ark alongside with you. I just got to figure out the server that you're on. Also, I believe Conan Exiles will be releasing. I think it releases August 16th. So,
do we know yet if it has the slider on the console?
Right now they are being. Mum is the word on if Dongbar is coming to Xbox.
Like, come on, that is what come on, that is just too hilarious. I will buy the game just for that just for that, just to run around naked. Just that's what I want the game for, right there.
Okay, so I sent him a gif of a guy just squatting and the dick just going like this.
That is what I want Conan for, right there.
Yep. If I can actually teabag somebody, I'm gonna be happy.
Yes, that will make me spend $30 on this game.
One of the things about that was that they had to cut out this aspect of Conan Exiles was the fact that originally that if you cut someone, you can still see that. If you caught somebody, you could castrate them.
Why would they remove that? That sounds awesome.
Why would they remove being able to remove things?
Yeah.
Yeah, originally cutting off of limbs and stuff, and like you would be able, like if you cut off a hand, you'd be able to survive things like that.
They're castrating the game.
Now I'm sad.
But the fact that the game's launching and literally doubling its size is freaking phenomenal. Also, finally getting us a bio.
Is that an innuendo?
Doubling in size. They hit the wang bar. They took it all the way.
They took the Viagra. They took the blue pill. Okay.
Leaving a trail in the sand.
We are derailing hard.
Yeah.
We're good at that.
We're derailing hard.
Or semi.
Semi? Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Well, all right. So what?
Okay.
My mother is watching this.
Hi, Mama Rex.
So jumping outside of that.
Wait. I didn't get to say what I was going to play.
Yeah. What are you going to be playing?
I'm going to play Tacoma. Chris talked about it last week. I want to talk about it as well. I got it. I can't play it because there is a huge glitch right now that you are just stuck on the main or the start screen. It says press A to start, and then you press A, and then nothing happens, and it's really irritating. And I want to play this game, but I can't.
Have you tried going in, manage game, and then delete saved data?
There shouldn't be any saved data because I haven't even played it.
But it already will set you up with saved data. Delete saved data, and you should get past that glitch.
I hope so, because I want to punch things.
I think I know what's wrong with it. They removed the castration from Conan.
Oh, yeah.
And Tacoma is mad about it.
Yeah, Tacoma is pissed.
It's okay. You can just come up to Tacoma, Washington. You can hang out at the Tacoma Dome.
Who wants to go to Tacoma?
Yeah, we'll be close enough soon.
You're saying you want to play Tacoma. Just come to Tacoma.
It's not the same.
All right, so let's get into the hype train.
Okay, so since this is music time, I gotta go. Pillars of Eternity, can't talk about. We'll just delete it. And yeah, I will see you guys later.
Okay,
I'll send you that list later.
Okay.
Of movies.
Man, I really want to talk about Stardew Valley. I'm sad now.
I want you to talk about Stardew Valley.
Can you talk about that real quick?
My wife's here.
Okay.
She just got off of work. I gotta let her relax.
Dang.
All right, guys. I shall talk to you later.
We'll talk about it in the chat later.
Sounds good. Bye.
See you.
Poor YouTube is probably so confused now. Oh my god, your face just got so big. I have to stare at that. It couldn't have been Fouts' empty box over here.
Because it especially on YouTube, when any one of us starts to talk, it puts us up to the forefront. It's like, boom, hey, there you go. Look at me. All right.
Sorry, YouTube.
So, Silver, you're going to talk about a game that took me, like, it took me by the feels because I am a huge Harvest Moon fan. I bought a PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 2 because of Harvest Moon. And I had Harvest Moon on one of the rarest 64 games was Harvest Moon, and I had that as well. Like
I have it upstairs.
Yeah, that game
Harvest Moon 64.
Harvest Moon and just being able, like when I heard that there was a game coming out that was like that, I was all about it. I didn't want it on a computer. I wanted it on console. Then when I saw that I had the opportunity to play it on Xbox, I jumped on it right away. Now, let's talk about this multiplayer. We're gonna like, is this like is this gonna be like, you know, the Animal Crossing? Is this what we're thinking, or
kind of? Like you, it was actually my sister who told me about this, because I've been a Harvest Moon fan for probably 15 plus years. I've played every title except the last couple after the whole break off, when Story of Seasons is the real Harvest Moon.
Yeah, it is.
Harvest Moon is shit. Do not play the last 2 games. Story of Seasons, however, 300 hours in Trio of Towns while I had a broken ankle earlier this year. But it was my sister that told me about Stardew Valley, and she's like, you know, it's on the computer, it just came out on the consoles, it's an indie game, and I was like, that sounds really cool, and then it kind of flew off my radar, because lots of nonsense happening, you know, I was planning a wedding and all sorts of other stuff this year, and then, I think it was my sister that brought it back up, or something came up on Facebook, and I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to get that, so I went and picked it up. I got it for PlayStation because of the Vita remote play that is very handy. And yeah, I have 130 hours in that game, and I've only owned it since like the middle of June. I am in love with that game. Love it.
The graphics and everything, like, it's just, you know, it's a throwback. It's a throwback. I mean, to
the original Harvest Moon games.
Yeah,
like on the Game Boy and stuff.
But it plays so good, like, and it has elements of, like, basically like a link to the past.
Yeah, and the characters, and you know what, the one thing that I love the most is the whole thing, the dialogue, the characters, the story, even the music. One guy. Like, that just blew me away. Like, that just made the game 1,000 times better. And the publisher that does localization and all that other stuff, Chucklefish, they announced on the 1st, I believe it was sometime in the last week, that they are working on multiplayer. They are adding it to PC this fall for a beta. They said when it does come to console, it will be on the Switch first. We still do not have a release date for the Switch. I will be rebuying it for the Switch. I love this game so much. But they said that with the multiplayer, Robin, the carpenter, will offer to build up to 3 cabins on your farm, each to house a farm hand controlled by a friend, so similar to Animal Crossing in a way. They can farm, mine, fight, fish, forage, and marry NPCs, and even participate in festivals. They cannot, like, the main player, the owner of the farm, still dictates what time they go to bed and what time festivals start and end. The farmhand cannot do that. Each has their own inventory. When they are not logged in, the farmer can actually access their inventory through a chest in their cabin, which I think is really cool. No servers required. That's another big thing. No servers. You can just jump into, you know, your friend's game. They are working on two-player marriage. That is something a lot of people have requested. You know, like, oh, I want to marry my friend instead of an NPC. They said it's not going to be super easy. It's going to be a little bit different than marrying an NPC, but it's still going to require some effort. One thing that they have said is they are not planning at the time on local split screen or PvP. But I think the idea of multiplayer in a game like this is really cool, especially because my sister plays it, you play it, Jeff plays it. You know, everybody's got this game. There's whole communities on Facebook of people playing this game. And it's because it's like the old Harvest Moon games, but it's picked up what the later games are lacking compared to the old ones. So it's like, for me, it's the story's as good as like the Story of Seasons games with the nostalgia of the original Harvest Moons. So I think that a multiplayer is a great idea. I am just dying to get a release date for the Switch version. So what I did was I actually sent an email out to Chucklefish and Concerned Ape himself, Mr. Eric Barone, and asking if they were going to be at PAX West. And unfortunately, even though he lives in Seattle, he will be out of town. But he did email me back himself that he might be there for the last day of PAX, and he gave me his cell phone number to get a hold of him so we could have a little impromptu interview. And if not, we will work out a phone interview, and I'm very, very excited. I have Concerned Ape's cell phone number in my phone.
That is awesome. And I look forward to hearing about that, and definitely look forward to, being able to do a review of the multiplayer and stuff like that as a team. Because I mean, what better thing to be able to, you do a podcast with someone, be able to play, and you have a game that you all like, get involved in that stuff. I mean, it's this titles like this are kind of like those ones where, I mean, it's like you got the families that play Halo together. Like I used, and one of the games, this is a type of title that you can play that you can just, it's not competitive. It allows you just to relax and enjoy things. Like it's I'm going to enjoy playing this game because it's just fun.
That's why I love these kind of games. Animal Crossing, Harvest Moon, The Sims. I can just kick back, watch a movie, and play a game. Like most of the time when I'm playing, we've got a movie on because I don't have to hear it. There, like the soundtrack's amazing.
It is,
but
it is.
You don't have. There's no dialogue to listen to, so I can turn it down and sit and listen to a movie while I mine and take care of my chickens and stuff, which I have way too many of. But that's beside the point. I still can't get one of Shane's blue chickens. I've been trying. After you have the event with Shane where he shows you his special chickens, you have a 25% chance of getting one every time you buy a chicken. I still haven't gotten one. If you didn't know that little tidbit.
I will definitely try that now. That's, yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of funny though. We got these games like that involve farming and things like that. I mean, Minecraft, you can do farms, you can do stuff like that. It when you got movies coming out like Ready Player One and things like that, it really shows you that, yeah, there are times where the way we relax is to play a game that is involving work.
Yeah, look at Animal Crossing, especially New Leaf. You're the mayor. Oh my God, you spend the whole time building stuff.
I mean, The Sims. It's go to The Sims. Like I remember The Sims Online. Instead of just your character, because you're controlling that one singular character, you actually had to go do a job, and like one of the jobs was you work at a pizzeria and you're doing the stuff to make the pizza and whatnot. So I mean, it's craziness.
Well, it's like The Sims 4, I am very guilty of. I have 25 hours, or 2,500 hours in The Sims 4 since it released in September 2014. So, yeah, I'm definitely guilty of the whole casual, relaxed game. Hi, Fouts. Yay! Did you want to talk? Have you played Stardew Valley at all? Oh well, you're lame, so never mind. We don't want to talk to you anyway.
Well, next up, he's got a game that there's a game that I know that he played. Him and I both played a lot of. We just didn't know each other at the time. Was Guild Wars 2? Yeah, I know. I don't have that. I hate you. Yeah, so my coworker Eric, he's a huge fan of Guild Wars 2, and the thing is if you look at the trailer for this game, guys, if you're a fan of NCSoft games, if you're a fan of Guild Wars or Guild Wars 2, if you've taken a step away, it's time to look back because they've revamped the graphics engine. The living story is completely changing. It's a full expansion that releases on September 22nd called Path of Fire. Now, Ritlock is in it. His character has changed quite a bit throughout the living story, but the game is looking beautiful. Like I've kind of been like I'll because they had one paid expansion and I haven't picked that up, and I was just like I'm feeling left behind, but this has got me interested in going back. Silver.
No,
Oh,
you're
okay.
good. You're good. I'm just listening.
It's the gameplay and everything. It's getting mounts. I mean, that's for anybody that's a Guild Wars. It's a huge deal.
That is so weird for an MMO to not have mounts.
And an NCSoft game, most of them have had mounts in their games. So for that, like this is pretty crazy. And we see there's different types. Like and each one has they're variable. Like there's flight, there's a kangaroo mouse kind of looking thing, and then there's also one that looked like it was kind of like a manta ray. Not is it kind of what it looked like on there? But again, when you see this preview, the first thing you start to notice is that wow, that's that the graphics have changed quite a bit. And it's not that the graphics were ever bad. It's just that you can see that like this is them saying, hey, yeah, we could have given you Guild Wars 3, but you know, we're gonna toss this at you instead. We're gonna just say, hey, buy this expansion, and we're just gonna update the game. Everything in the game. Much bigger. Guess what? You can ride mounts now, so we're gonna have to give you. It is. It's the living story, is what it's called. And the thing is that the living story changes based on the players, how the players as a whole react, and they have options that they do for each of their quests and stuff. Based on those quests, the living story evolves. So instead of a game being developed by just the developers, the player base is creating it's their choose your own adventure. You're making the choices that are forming the game.
That's actually really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, like again, this is my coworker who's one of our listeners. He's like been hyped about this because this is his big deal. And I was like, you know, I'll look at it. And then I looked at it and I'm like, oh my God, my mouth hit the floor. And I'm like, okay, NCSoft, yes, he knows you have Ritlock. You've spoken about it in many episodes, and you know he's listened to them. So, yeah.
You guys are just reminding me of how behind I am in Final Fantasy 14.
So, Brandon, what character what character and race do you play? Like, what's your loadout? Okay, our listener, my coworker, my buddy Eric, he plays the Suras. That's what he plays. Little targets. And the thing is the hitbox actually, like, they try to say that the hitbox isn't effective. I don't believe that. I have a hard as hell time trying to hit an Asura. Like, they're like, oh, it doesn't change. No, I'm sorry. Those little effers are hard as hell to get. Like, I love the PvP in it. But it is so hard to get. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started out playing like Pyromage, human, and then I did the warrior with the like the Norse guys, Nords, and then I switched over and was a pyromancer, which is the exact same thing I did in Guild Wars 1. was switching around between the two, and then my character, which was my main the last time I played, was a thief or a roguish kind of character. Mm-mm. And the thing is that we know that Fouts likes monks because if you ever played Diablo 3 with him, you know that monks are his thing. That's his jam. Now, this isn't on the hype train with us. This is got derailed a little bit, but it's talking a little bit. So we know that Guild Wars 2, Path of Fire, Guild Wars 2, all that stuff, NCSoft employees, we know that they took some of those people from them and brought them over to Destiny 2. We don't know that the world will be as expansive as Guild Wars, but what I'm hoping with the story is that we get a story. Just even if we got a story that's a fraction of the depth of the story that we get in Guild Wars, it'll be great. And then moving outside of the Guild Wars 2 expansion talk, we got Dying Light, and I've talked about this in the past, but it's the devs over at Techland have stated out their plan, and there will be 10 new DLCs. I thought it was 5. There is 10 new DLCs coming over the course of the next year for Dying Light, and they're absolutely free.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm not big on zombie games, but Dying Light is one of my favorites.
I mean, have you played Dying Light versus other players when you allow them to invade? That is fear in itself.
That is why I have not. But just the game itself, like, it is definitely one of the scariest games I've ever played. Like, like during the day, it's not a big deal, but oh my God, the second the sun goes down, I am just like screaming at the TV, just running shit. However, have not played the following yet. And it was $20 when it came out. I found it recently that it is free now, so that is something I'm planning on doing soon because I loved the original game.
So the following, is that the one with the car base? The car
yes.
Base? Okay. Yeah, and then they also have the arena based one, and I found it interesting watching streamers that are to this day are streaming how to do that arena based combat because it goes really in depth with how you're doing things, how you're trying to fight things, whatnot. The graphics update, because so I just recently repurchased the game because they don't even sell it as a separate, and it was on sale. And it was cheaper to do that than if I was to try to actually buy the expansion pass. So I bought the updated version, and seeing the graphics update and everything, it's really, really just reminded me of how beautiful the game was, and just the depth of character and everything else that they go into in it. The movements are amazing. It feels good to play, and that's something that you don't get a lot of that. Like it's hard to do parkour in a game unless you're like Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge, they kind of own parkour, but
looking at you, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Oh my God. Don't even. I like Assassin's Creed games, but it's like, oh, hold A down, but then all of a sudden you're bounced off to the side. You're like, I didn't want to do that.
Yeah. That gets old.
Hopefully my mic is working now because that whole segment on Guild Wars 2, I wasn't on YouTube. I'm recording, but it's not on YouTube because I didn't check my settings beforehand because I'm an idiot. Sorry about that.
So are you recorded for the podcast?
Yeah, I am recording for the podcast, so that'll all be in the podcast. Okay. So hopefully YouTube can.
I was gonna say, yeah, we've been able to hear you.
Oh,
and I got a picture from my mom with all three of us in it. So
yeah, but I don't know if she can hear me. So that's the thing.
I will ask.
Okay.
And then next up, Silver, sticking with the dying and the dead and everything.
What is with me this week? Well, never mind. It's just me all the time. Yeah, I actually got an email this morning from the devs for Dead by Daylight. They are releasing a new DLC pack called Charity Case. It is available on Humble Bundle and Steam. Do not know if it is coming to console or not, which is a bummer because I do only have it on Xbox at the moment. But it is 26 new cosmetic items. 20 are brand new, 6 are previously released exclusive items that they're making available again. I don't have specifics on what they are, but all of the profits go to the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation. So to add a little bit to your game, it really goes to an amazing cause.
I really hope that they bring this to console because
Me too.
I will buy it in an instant.
Yes.
My son, my middle son is high functioning autistic. He's got ADHD. There's not enough research that goes into these disorders. And so anything that you can do to help him out, I know eventually we will be doing we will do charity streams and stuff to try to help out as well. But yes, if you are playing this game on PC, please buy this because it is helping out a great cause. I typically don't try to jump up on a soapbox, but I am right now. You can't, this gives you some cool stuff for your game to play, but it also helps out so much.
This foundation does amazing things, not only for things like autism, but post-traumatic stress disorder, major depressive disorder, anxiety of all kinds, bipolar, pretty much anything you can think of as far as mental illnesses or disabilities go. They're a pretty amazing group, and they do some really great research. And you're right, we definitely need more in that field in general. So I was pretty excited about that email. I was disappointed that it was not available on console, but hopefully sometime soon, because I do enjoy that game on Xbox. But screw the nurse. I hate that thing.
So my wife's an ER nurse, so anytime that thing's coming at me, I just start saying, I'm like, no, Gina, go away. No, don't touch me. Get away.
I put up with you enough.
I'm gonna call Gina.
No, don't do it. So this week's been a little bit light on the on the gaming news. Fouts, did you have anything that came up that you wanted to talk about?
Not at all. I haven't
been
able to do anything here recently, so just work.
We should have a lot coming out soon because Gamescom is a week after next.
Oh, and also,
and then of course PAX.
We got is it a day, in a day, isn't it? That I think tomorrow, as the time of recording this, the summer games go live in Overwatch. Correct?
I think they already are.
Oh, they already are live?
I could have.
I don't know. One sec. You know what? I know somebody who would know that.
I was just gonna say that would be something to be hyped about because
my sister has a dog named Mercy, and she's getting a puppy. She's naming Genji in a couple weeks, so my sister, of all people, will know this. So yeah, I just sent her a message. So I'm not 100% sure if it's live, because I myself have not been on the game for about 2 or 3 weeks. So I've been stuck on Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. Well,
yep.
There you go.
Yeah, she just said all of it's available.
At the time of this release, it'll be still going. Get in it. Enjoy the hell out of it. Lucio Ball is amazing. Just get yourself a team that knows how to play the game.
Oh, she also said the new McCree skin is sexy. And now I want to go see it.
He's wearing some biker shorts that have the lifeguard symbol, and he's got a beach towel draped around his shoulders.
Hello. I know what I'm playing this weekend.
Alrighty then.
Husband has headphones in, it's okay.
Oh, wow. I was going to say something that I don't want. Never mind. We're live on YouTube.
We're live, Jeremy.
Nothing you needed to hear. It's okay.
I was just saying. Never mind.
Stop threatening me with a box cutter.
It's high noon somewhere. All right. So with that, is there with that we're going to pull this one up to an end. So you can find us for contest
English.
It's been a night.
So the correct statement is, so you can find us at geekologistradio.com.
Yes.
Or
you on Twitter
at
Geekologist Radio minus
the T
for character restrictions.
Wait, no, what? Why?
For character restrictions.
I thought we didn't like the letter T.
Oh, is that why nobody calls me by my actual name?
Yeah, no. No, I'm just kidding. I'll behave.
For once.
You can also reach us at email at
geekologist
at ninjapancake.com.
So at geekologist at ninjapancake.com, or is it geekologist at
ninjapancake.com?
Come on, man. It's like you've been doing this for 2 months, not a year. What the hell?
You and I have been doing it a long longer
Shush.
than that.
We're not going to go into that. Those were dark times. Dark times. It puts the lotion on its skin.
You can also find us at www.ninjapancake.com along with a bunch of other awesome podcasts.
Like
My Morning Coffee,
which aired this morning. They just had their 2-year anniversary. Congratulations, Remy.
Nice. They also have My Evening Beverage,
which they don't do nowhere near enough. Yeah, we're talking to you, Remy.
Yeah, it needs to be more of that.
And it's our evening beverage.
Our evening beverage. You
don't even know what you're talking about. Damn it, Damien.
Well, how about you
talk? He's just very selfish with his beverages.
Share. You also can find Geek Squatch Pod, Mulehorn Gaming, Loot Shoot Lane. What other ones on there? Everything.
Yeah. Oh, the comeback of Warlock School.
Yep, self-res, right?
With Warlock, yeah, I believe that's what it is. Warlock School self-res with Bentrick.
So, Silver, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at SilverSoulX10. You can find me on RectifyGaming.com, where I write articles and game reviews. And you can find me on Xbox Live. Same thing, SilverSoulX10.
Now, is that TEN or 10? Because we don't like the letter T. We've already discussed this.
It's 10.
Okay, so that's the difference.
Is that okay? Okay.
We want to make sure,
good.
Because of character restrictions, T's are off limits.
Yes, it is Silver Soul X 10 because we don't like T's apparently.
Damien, where can we find you?
You can find me at Mr. Damien Nash, all one word, and there's no T's in that.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
So you're not a T?
I'm not a tease.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Fouts has a T.
I'm a sure thing.
Fouts, you've got a T.
I do. You can find me on Twitter at bfouts82, BFOUTZ82. See, mine's nice and short, so I can bypass the character restrictions.
However, he also is on Farmers.
Okay. Let's go to michaelfastbanger.net.
No, actually, yeah, you can. I'm not on that.
Justin, if you're listening, we need to change up that site.
Oh.
So, for episode 56 of Game On, this has been a little crazy with multiple hosts in and out and back and forth, and me derailing the crap out of it. I'm sorry, Derek. I do apologize. It's been a long day. So, on behalf of Geekologist Radio, we are meowt.